And welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway here today in the Gen 6, the Redline Racing League. Gonna pull up the starting order here now. There is 19 drivers in tonight's race. So first is going to be Ira Kohlhaas, second Bradley Carter, fourth Trey Epps, fourth Braden Donaldson, fifth Tom Ringer, sixth Tyler Walt, seventh Todd Parent, eighth Brandon Massey, ninth John Stapleton, 10th Holden Myers, 11th William Dixon, 12th Jacob Williams, 13th Liam Gray, 14th Matthew Huggins, 15th Sam Kohlhaas, 16th Jack Duvall, 17th Cordell Smith, 18th Richard Swingle, and then 19th will be Sean. Don't know how to say that last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Wait for everybody to grid so I can get them all at paint refresh, because I know that some of the paints are completely wrong on here. There's two people that haven't gridded yet, so we're waiting for them. As they have gridded now, so give them paint refresh one last time. There's 150 laps here at Charlotte. Leaders sleeping a little bit now. They're going. They're going to have to wait for this pace car to catch up here. They got out a little early in front of this. Highest IR in this field is Bradley Carter. He is 46.57 on his IR. He's a driver that knows what he's doing here, and evidently something is going on here in iRacing. Got a line there on the side that you all can't really see, but I can. Going down the backstretch. I wonder if the 24 is just messing with the 62, because he's been bumping him the whole way down the front stretch here now. I mean, I'm assuming that he's just messing with him. But 105 laps here. His car pulls off. Ira and Bradley, the front row, as the green flag is in the air. We are underway here. Four wide. Here we go. Turn one. The 24 of Donaldson straight through the middle, and he'll get the lead here for just a second. They race down the backstretch. If he can arch his way into the corner around this 29. Like, almost going to wash up there. He will take the lead. A little bit of wiggle coming out of fourth. He's going to lose it there. He may just overstep the tad. That'll send him back to fourth, it looks like there. He'll be able to slot in right behind him. We got a caution out here. That's a 97. Ooh, the 88 is involved. White Castle. I've never added White Castle before. Starts with William Dixon. That looks like that's net code right there. There's a gap between them. How did he get in the grass to begin with, though? Oh, the 69 sent him down there. Nice save. And then it's a net code after this. So you can see there was a gap. Watch this gap right here. Yeah, there's a gap between those two. That sends him into the wall. The 97 has nowhere to go. And it's just kind of on from there. 1, 2, 3 meatballs. Yeah, the 97's front end is destroyed pretty much. I don't know how Carter ended up back here. I'm gonna rewind. How did Carter? Oh, did he enter pit lane? No. No, he did. I didn't see a black flag. He may have got one and had to do a pass through. It's a little odd to see there, though. Because again, I didn't see him do anything that warranted a black flag. I don't think this will do anything for most people. Of course, the guys that had damage have to come down and use their fast repair or you know, just use their optional. Lights have gone off on the pace car here. It'll go green next time by. 29 and the 27 will lead the front row. Kohlhaas and Epps. I believe these guys' fuel will probably last them to the session that I'm in, because I didn't join this league. I just looked up Redline. They will make it to most likely around lap 50, possibly around that area. I think that's what they'll make it to. Or lap 55. It's being a little bit generous, though. As the flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. Like the back line gets a little bit slow restart. Don't get going too well. And the backstretch, Ira will snag the lead from the 24 at 24 stalking there, trying to get it back from him. Trying to get his nose up under him, but just can't quite get there just yet. He's going to look to the inside here. Not going to be able to get that done. If he can get his nose in there, if he can get just a fender in there, he'll be able to make the pass, but he's going to wash up on exit because he got a little bit tight. Got tucked in two behind him. It's going to send him down a little bit of a bump. He might have a run coming off this corner. He is painting that white line. I think he's going to be able to get to the inside. Don't know if he's going to be able to get the pass done, though, as they go down the front stretch. Get up close to that 29, dive to the bottom. Looks like he'll get a pretty decent run out of the corner. little bump there. Almost a little bit of contact there from the 88 to the 27 of Epps behind him, pound the wall. That's going to slow him down a lot because of it. Brandon wanted me to give a shout out to Jerry and Chris Massey for sponsorship and continuing to support this league. These guys back here kind of jumbling up, racing each other now. The 88 and the 54 not going to let each other go. The 88. Oh, I had a feeling that was going to happen. He's going to not save it, come up in front of the pack, stay green, and the caution now comes out. Oh, and into the path. An innocent bystander below. Stalin blinks. The only thing we can guess is that he went to the right, and he tried saving it. I just want to watch his hands. He was everywhere on this. He almost had it saved, and then who's the bystander here? I can't tell who that is. Looks like a 6 or something, and they're wrecking after there, or behind him too, trying to slow down. I don't think there's any damage with those guys, though. 5 may have got a little bit of damage. Now, I want to know what country Sean is from. It doesn't even have a flag. Like it's a type of animal. But it looks like it was Brandon Massey. That's who it was. Holden Myers. Carter's got a black flag. Swingle's done. Epps is down pit road. Just little mistakes like that just ruin some people's days. I don't think we'll see any of the leaders come down pit road. The only guys that are down pit road are the guys that got damaged. You could top off, I mean, but being gutsy. I mean, I wouldn't, but at the same time, it wouldn't be a horrible idea. Think about it at least. .24, 77, 29. All up front here. Lights have gone off, so it will be Donaldson and Kohlhaas, your front row. Pace car is getting ready to pull in. The green flag is getting ready to be put in the air. Green flag's in the air. We are underway here. The 24 gets a really, really big jump on the field. He is out and away from that. On the backstretch these guys go. This is from 2nd to 6th right now to the 88. Huggins. He put it on lap 2. Sean is falling back here a little bit. Biggest mover right now is Jack Duval. He is up 11 positions, currently riding in 5th, so qualified 16th, almost dead last. Field 19 drivers here today. 24 is already trying to break the draft. That's gutsy early on, but he's doing it. Might as well. I wouldn't be doing that, but you make the moves that you think are smart. Stick it right on the bottom. These guys back behind him, they were going to race hard. The 29, the 88. This 88 might be able to get a position. I don't think he will now that that car has fallen in line. There is only 3 Fords in this race. All the rest are Chevys. There are no Toyotas. Kind of surprising to me. The 88 and the 29 still going at it for 5th position. This 88 might have him clear, though, and I think he does. Yes, he does now, so he'll be able to fall up to the wall behind them, in front of him, excuse me. Everybody else is pretty well sorted out. Really, the top 5 is where it seems to be at. This 29's got back up onto this 88. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the position cleared. It looks like he will, just barely. And it's just barely on that. Somebody's moved up to that high line. Looks like that's the 88's moved up to the high line. Going to get a pretty big run down the backstretch. The 84 nicking the wall like that's going to slow him down a little bit, but I don't think he'll be able to do much with it. Some guys are running that second line right above the groove. Other guys are sticking right to the bottom. 84 is all over this 77, though, just stalking him, trying to get this position. Hmm. 29 and the 88. Still going at it. 88 can lose that position. Might lose 2, and I think he'll actually lose 3 here. Might lose the spot to the 68. It's 77 and 29, just racing side by side with each other. Sixty-eight's going to think about 3 wide, decide against it. He wanted to do that. wants to go there. So close. So 29 and that 77. So tight with each other. The 88 and the 64. A little bit of contact between those two. Guys racing so hard with each other. Almost a little bit of contact again. You see that? Who is that? All the way to the bottom. That's another 88. Wait, hold on. There's 3 88s in this. That's an error. There's 3 88s in this field. These guys all around the 77 of Stapleton, though, they are just pounding him for this position. They will not let him go. 29 wants it. 68 wants it. A lot of people want it around him, but he's just not willing to give it up. Just kind of dive down to the bottom. Try to hold that position again. How can he be holding that position as long as he is? I don't think he's going to be able to hold it much longer, though. 68 should be able to get a pretty big run, and I think he will. It looks like he'll just get a good shot down the backstretch. '77 to '64, all up there. Two 88s, that's really confusing me on who this is. See, that's the 69, who's that? The 65 of Massey, who was involved in that wreck earlier. He's found his way back up here. He's trying to get to the quarter panel, almost a little bit too close there for comfort. 68 will just gun it down on into this corner, try to get this position. Don't think he'll be able to get it. He'll race down the backstretch, though. He might be getting a little bit of drafting help here from the 29. But he'll get just a tad. Don't know if that will be enough to get him by. I don't think it will. But he'll fall just a little bit short there. Though, while this is happening, he's just stretched his lead out. The Ira back here still trying to fight for position. One of the 88s is up here. That would get one. That's Parents? No, yeah, I think it's Parents. That's behind him. There's so many 88s in this race, I'm not completely sure who's who, to be honest with you. The 24 gets a pretty good run down the backstretch. The 29, the 54. The 88. Pretty good run. '29. Still fighting hard with him in the back of this. In the back of that battle, you can kind of see it there. '29 to '69. All just riding around now. still don't know who these cars are that are the 88. It's so confusing to find out their actual names. In front of the 69, that's Gray. The other one will be, we got Gray and then, not Stapleton. Gray and Huggins. Okay, that's who it is. But Donaldson, he's running 31.5, so he's actually one of the slower cars on the track right now, but I don't think he's pushing too hard because he's got such a big lead. He really doesn't need to be honest with you. Most guys have started to move up towards the top. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I would have thought that they would have stayed towards the bottom, but I guess the top they can keep a little bit more momentum wound up on them. Going to try to work his way up. Fastest car on the track is Massey, running 31.24. That was faster by a tenth on everybody on the field. So he's working his way up here now, trying to get it going. He will get that position. So he's up to third now. 2.8 back to see what he is in about 2 laps on this whole field, or on the guys in front of him. If he is catching them, we'll know from that. The 29's trying to work his way back up too. Massey's still falling back a little bit. Almost back to 2.9. Duval's running down Donaldson just a little bit. Not a lot. I mean, it's just very, very subtle. Very, very subtle on that. Back around. This is around 8th place. These guys are racing not really side by side, but they're trying to work different lines. You can see this high line, this middle line, and this low line are starting to take off on each other. It really varies on who it is. Almost a little bit. Apples to 3 has almost got up under that 69, but he had to bail out the throttle there, so he lost a lot of momentum going up to the pack. He's not able to keep it up either, so he's going to have to work all that momentum back that he just lost. And there's no telling how long it will take him to gain it back either. Up here, though, Massey's about getting caught. Tried to keep Ringer behind him. Kohlhaas is coming back now on this longer run. Duval's catching Donaldson also. He's been about 1/10 to 2/10 faster each lap. It's a little nerve-wracking, though. biggest mover now will be Duval. He's up 15. As I was gonna say, the 24 came down pit road. I didn't see that on my end, but he came down. He is off and away. Oh, that's a slow stop. 27-second pit stop. I almost wonder if something happened with him getting in his box. That is not a normal pit stop for him. Let's see what happens here. Lap time wise. See, Massey, he has maintained position. He's actually caught Duval just a little bit. I know that he's definitely fighting pretty hard to keep these guys behind him. He doesn't want to let them by him because that's just more cars to pass. It'll just be a lot more difficult for him. A lot more difficult for him to deal with that. See, that 68 will lose a position to Ira here. Off the corner, possibly? No, he's going to fight back. I thought he was going to lose it, but he's going to be able to maintain it at least this lap. See if he can get it done this time by. Ira is going to have to kind of gun it on in there and just hope that it sticks. He's not going to be able to get the position, though. He's actually going to hold him up and lose that one. .69, the 3, the 48. All around each other right now. The 48's multiple laps down. As Duval, he does enter pit road. He will give up the lead. That'll put Ringer to the front. Kohlhaas second. Massey fall back to third here. His lap times. He must have gotten on the wall. He ran a 33 last lap. That is way off the pace. So they are reaching 1/3 of the way done here. He's coming to pit road. That's Sean. I'm just gonna say Sean Doan. I think I said that wrong though. Ringer's still stayed out. Massey's still out. They can go a little bit longer because they didn't pit, or they pit at lap 11, so they've got a little bit longer fuel they can run. Explain their tire fall off just a little bit too, as Duval has lost a lot of time. Donaldson had to have slid through his box. There's no way he couldn't have. Had a 27-second pit stop. 55 seconds total on pit road also. Still got 1, 2, 3. Huggins is down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars that need to go down pit road still. Gray's kind of at a disadvantage, so is Kohlhaas. Sam Kohlhaas, that is, as he's coming down pit road as soon as I say that. So that changes everything. As someone just nicked the wall on the outside there. It looks like they kept it going, though. 24 and the 97. 97's back in the race after he just pounded that wall. He pounded the car that he ran into right down in front of his path. There was nothing he could really do. Massey up high. Ringer still needs to come down pit road. 24, I believe, has to actually unlap himself. Yeah, he's going to come down pit road. That's actually great. We'll come down this time by, so we've only got 4 lap 11 cars that haven't pit yet. Got to wait for them to come down. Ringer, Massey, Parent, Waltz. All here now. Six laps of 150 done. Before these guys go down pit road, I'm going to go get a drink very, very quickly. Hopefully these guys don't have anything big happen before I get back. The 84 will get by the 65 there. That's still multiple laps down, though, trying to unlap himself right now. Florida man on the banner of that car. Ringer still has to come down pit road. Parent gonna eventually come down pit road now. See who this brings with them. Like Waltz will come down pit road also. When will Ringer come down? Ringer is going to come down, so I'll put Massey to the lead. Massey's going to be last car to pit. So he went 48 laps so far on fuel. Yes, he went, I don't know if he got down to pit road speed and time. He went 48 laps on fuel, so I think he did okay on that. $65.24 on that, so I don't know. The 84 now. 24 does get the lead. Ira is going to have to try to chase him down. 24 is a little bit off on tires, though, like 41 compared to 49. 49 is what Ira has, so Ira may be able to chase him down pretty easily because of that. Some of them I'm starting to move up a little bit again. Only thing that the 24 can hope for is that these guys behind him do hold up Ira, because Ira is going to catch him here very soon. Not going to be able to last much longer. As there goes the 48, almost off the bumper of Ira, and he'll save it. Able to keep it straight, but oh, that's not how you enter pit road, Sam. Pulled a Kyle Larson 2023 going into pit road there. I don't know if he was trying to go down pit road. I don't think he was. Oh, smoked that wall. Look at what happened with the 29, though. So Ira's... that's net code. That's 100% net code. Luckily, there's really no harm, no foul for those two. Now, the guy behind him, though, smoked the wall. $65 of 150 done. 64 of 150, excuse me. The 3 and 88 of Matthew Higgins going to fight for a spot here. They were pretty similar on tires also. Not sure how it will end up between those two. Field's gotten pretty spaced out, though. 24 did lose the lead to the 29 eventually. That 24 can maybe actually work his tires back here, possibly, if he changes up his line and see what he runs this time now. He's dedicated to the bottom. He's really shallow getting in, though. I think he's got a lot of wheel in it, trying to get off the corner, too, so he can maybe help his exit if he just runs a little bit higher. These guys have gotten close to halfway, only 7 more laps to that spot. And the front 3 have really ran away with the lead right now. There's basically no challenge from anyone else besides those guys. I just realized I had the wrong logo showing in that spot. Let me change that very quickly. That's my bad. The 24 will come down pit road, so he splits his a little bit early. Didn't think he would do that, but comes down. He was lap 41. He's hitting like this. Maybe he's trying to set himself up for the last pit cycle. I don't really know why he'd be doing that. It's just questionable. He's off and away, and it was 15-second stops. It was 4 tires and fuel. We'll put Ira back to the lead where he started, qualified on the pole. Guys running about 30-second laps right now at the moment. Everyone has gotten relatively spaced out, though. A little bit further back, it's kind of 5th to 8th is where we see some battles happening. This is for a kind of power fall off, and just like looks like overall speed here. That's what's a big factor back in this area. Is making up some spots though. 14 to 65. 65 is on the lead lap, so not a battle. It's just a lap car. Don't have to worry about him too much at all. The 88 to 3. Still want to figure out what flag that is that Sean is running. They're 1 lap away from halfway. I want to see where this 24 can merge as. He's going to get his lap back here soon. Maybe he hits at lap 110 and then runs it to the end from there. That's one thing I can think of him doing. The only thing I'm thinking of him doing is that. Go on board here. We'll do a lap with 5 different drivers, so we'll switch up each lap. We'll start it with Ira at the front, and then kind of just click through the field. That 84, though, getting a little bit closer. About matching times, so let's see if that works out in his favor. He has a little bit older tires, however. A little bit of that on board. Duval's lost a little bit of ground. He's also got Ringer up behind him. He's got to hold him off for a little bit longer now, too, because of that. I'm going to hold him off for now, and I want to see where this 24 is. The 24 is still not back on the lead lap. I still don't understand why he pitted when he did. I mean, that's just confusing to me. It really does blow my mind why he pitted like that. It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like he could have made it by perfectly fine. Six-8 looks like he will get that position here from the 84. And he will as he falls back in line now. Gonna work his way up front. See if Massey can make his way up here too. He's lap 59, so he has better tires than Duval. And 1 lap better than Ringer and better than Kohlhaas. So he pits at lap 100. If he can stretch his fuel to a lap 100, that is, then he may be able to one-stop it. I think he needs to run as far as he can on that fuel that he's got. .60, 65 and the 68, excuse me. 65 and 68 all the way up here. I think Massey will be able to get by him this time. So just sailed on the outside. Not quite yet. Maybe coming off 4 here if he gets a good run down the front stretch. He's going to look to the inside now. I think he's going to be finally able to get that done. No, I thought he would, but he looks like he might tuck back in there on his own. See if he goes a little bit higher than what he did. It's like go way to the bottom. 68 is going to take the high line to hold his position. See if they use this 88 as a pick. Looks like they won't be able to do anything with the 88. Ira will come down pit road now with 60 laps or 59 laps left. I want to see how long Massey's able to go. Massey's going to have to time it where he can run it all the way. The only chance he's got at doing anything with it. I think he's trying to get around this 68. He just cannot do anything. The 68's running the high line, and that's shutting off any chance that he has of making a pass. Which I know has got to be annoying for him. He's probably like, you got to be kidding me. Trying to do all that he can to get by him. Be a little bit close there between those two coming off the corner. I think the pass should get done here, though. will finally get that done. So now stretch your fuel. See how long Ringer can go. They're running 3170s right now. Ira, who just pitted, we don't have a normal number for him. Jack has been passed. He pitted on lap 88, so I think he's going to be a little bit short too. It's just going to depend on when he can get the pit road. Right, 54, 51, 50, 59. So we'll see Huggins and Gray will come down way before him. And then after that, we'll have to kind of base it off what these guys do after that point. I wonder if these guys can help each other with their fuel situation too. They've not slowed down the pace. They've actually picked it up a little bit. They're running 31.6s. They've done good. I want to see, can they make it to lap 105? I think if they can get to 105, they'll be safe. Huggins has run almost 49 laps on his tank. He's getting close to it. Got 49 laps. 65 looks like he's going to stay out. I thought he was going to come down pit road this time. Cordell's coming back down. Maxie's got, if he wants to keep backing up, he's got 12 seconds. Parent's also, he's way worse off on fuel than that. Duval's probably going to lap himself here in probably about 4 or 5 laps. That'll make it really, get really interesting then. The 65's trying to let people go, it seems. Trying to let the 3 in front of him. I don't know if he's trying to let the 68 by or if he's trying to get a pit road. I don't think he is. Maybe trying to draft off these guys. Yeah, he can't get to pit road. No, he's going to try to get this time. He's not going to be able to, though. He's going to go around at least one more. Duval, and there goes the 68, and through the grass he goes. Hello, Dale Earnhardt. Loses 2 spots, but keeps it straight. Now we'll see if the 65 will come down pit road this lap. On the front stretch and back stretch to go. 55 still going to stay out, so he's going further on this tank. It's a smart move from him. I still don't know why this 24 pit when he did. He's got to hope for a caution. He'd be the lucky dog. So know. And we'll finally get his lap back, but he's going to be way off on pit strategy. That 65 is still going to stay out. 68 still staying, 65. Thought he was coming that lap. He's running really, really low. He just can't get off the corner at all. 68 looks like he's going to let the 88 right by him. Yeah, he's got such better tires. I don't think he could put up a fight if he wanted to. Yeah, they see. Look at that difference there. That was ridiculous. Waltz and Parent are down pit road now with the 45 left. Massey and Ringer can afford to run like this too. They've even grown a bigger lead. They're up to 20 seconds now. It'll be between these two. Whoever pits first. I think Ringer's coming down this time by. Yeah, he is. So Ringer's going to be the first one that bites. He'll be right on the mark. Be 4 tires and fuel. And he'll be off and away. The wind is Massey. Massey comes this time by, so he came the next lap. '65 has a long, long roll down pit road. Comes to a stop, 4 tires and fuel. That will put Duval to the lead. I don't think Duval can stretch it as long as he needs to. He'll be asking that team to go 70 laps. Hit it maybe lap 120, see what he can work up from there. Only real option that I think he's got from this point on. Ira put it on lap 90. She's going to be asking, or he's going to be asking that tank to go 60 laps. That's way further than what everybody else has been doing. So Ringer actually came out in front of Massey too. Very similar pit times. Massey was actually slower, actually faster on pit road, sorry. And a 43.70 compared to a 43.90. It had to be getting off pit road. There's that 1 lap difference between those two. Let's see who can catch who at the end of it. The 84 looks like he's going to lose this spot very, very quickly here. He's not going to be able to hold that at all. Ira, Braden, and Ringer top 3. Massey's been running. I think he's conservative laps right now. I think he's trying to save his tires. He's got 40 laps left. So I think that he should be good when lap time he is. I wouldn't really be worried about Ringer getting too far out there. Hmm. 24, the 97, 65 still riding around. I'm looking at him more than anybody else. More the 68's held up behind this 84, though. That's going to help that 65. And I say that because of just the, well, he's not going to get by him now, but he'll get tight. He'll have to, you know, turn a lot harder than what he needs to do. Just to be able to get around him. See, Ira could start backing up to the 24 if he needed to. Got about 12 seconds, and he's also got some cars in front of him that are racing side by side, so that helped him pull a little bit further ahead as Donaldson will now come to pit road. It'll put Ringer second, Massey third. Massey may need to start pushing here a little bit because he's losing a decent amount of time. I'd be a little bit nervous if I were him. Ringer just gained about 2 seconds that lap. He gained another 2 seconds this lap. 24 did some interesting stuff. I don't know if that's going to work for him, though. He'll have enough fuel to the end. He'll have lap 115. It's kind of odd to pit like he did. Doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest with me. Massey has picked up the tempo a little bit. He's only about 3/10 behind now. Ira will finally come down pit road. I'm gonna leave it between these top two. Really, I'm not. Yeah, Parent's not gonna be too much of a factor. He is gonna be what, 14 seconds behind. He's not really gonna be able to do much with what he has. Let's see what Ringer can do here to hold him off. He's got these lap cars. So maybe his lap cars can kind of jam him up. That's the only thing I can think of him doing. And if he's not able to jam him up, then it's going to be kind of weird at that point. Massey's about 2 seconds back. He's got some time. To 68 still. Right in front of him. Lost a little bit that lap. We're going to go on board here. We'll go on board with Ringer for 3 laps and then Massey for 3 laps. I want to see if Massey's able to run flat out or if he's going to get a little bit tight behind this car in front of him. Or, sorry, if he's getting tight overall, having to push, or if this 68 has had to push pretty hard because he took off and now he's kind of falling back to the 65. We'll go on board with them right now. With 21 to go, and Massey is catching Ringer. Got it down to a 1.5 seconds. We got Duval has Meatball. So does Swingle. I don't know what happened to those two, but blown motor? Sounds like he's... What he could have done, he's... Oh, I don't know what he did with that car, but 18 to go. Massey's trying to catch Ringer, and I don't know if he's going to have enough time. He's cut it down. He's cutting it down very, very slowly, though. He's not cutting down a lot of time. About a tenth a lap, and he actually kind of loses some time every now and then. I almost wonder if he's driven too hard at a certain point and cooked the tires too much to a certain extent in that car. $16 left now, and Massey just cut off 3/10 that lap. He's coming. Now, the one thing that Ringer's hoping is when he catches these guys that are laps down, that he will actually catch them on the front stretch, not coming off the corner, and be able to get the draft from them, and they'll stay high for him in the corners. If they stay high for him in the corners, that'll be the best thing for him. Just don't know if they will or not. That's the whole thing. Massey lost about a tenth that lap to Ringer, and looks like he's going to gain it back coming off the corner. Once he gets within 6/10, he'll be able to, draft up to him. I just don't know if he can get to that point. He sure is trying, though. He's not going to give up. Massey's going to gain about a tenth this lap. Ringer's got clear track ahead of him, too. We're going to keep an eye on these two. Only 5 people on the lead lap. The 24's strategy didn't really pay off. I mean, he's got the freshest tires, but he's 27 seconds behind. I was kind of confused why he did that strategy, too, and I think it's showing, kind of... It's showing now that I didn't know why he did that either. '68 and a 65. That 65 was just stalled behind him, though. He's not going anywhere. We'll lose about a tenth right there, but not too much, however. Yeah, I think Massey's he's kind of stalled now. He's stuck about a second and less than a half back. I don't think Ringer's running into anything up here either. He blew that corner though. I was gonna say he got high coming off of it. He's gonna give Massey about 2/10 there. I saw that and he was really high and I was wondering if he was gonna make it. It's gonna hurt him though, just a little bit. 2/10 there. And Massey's within a second. And that may have just hurt the steering of Ringer. He could be loose now because of it. Just have to find out here. Did that make it loose? Lost about 3/10 that lap. Lost about 2. He's losing a lot of time now. I think him hitting the wall did a lot. Two tenths now. I do not think that he will be able to hold this position. Ringer had to have done something to that steering when he hit the wall, as he will lose the lead to Massey. The Ringer has that one mistake within 10 to go, and it just comes back and bites him. I saw it. We had seen drivers run higher and above the, that darker line, but he was just probably about 3 feet higher than normal. That's just what came and got him there. Be 5 to go, so all Massey has to do is not make a mistake and get in the wall like Ringer did. And he'll have the win. Coming to 3 to go now. Odd plan will somewhat work out. I guess that works to a certain extent. I mean, he'll come home with 5th. Still just seems weird. We have 2 to go here, coming to the white flag for Massey. What it could have been for Ringer is the whole question. Could have been something huge for him. White flag is in the air one more time around here. Massey, all he has to do is just get through 4 and he'll come home with the win. Race had some cautions early, then it got settled out there towards the end of it. And it will be Brandon Massey who comes out of 4 and he will take home the win here at Charlotte. Watch him do his burnout here. The bumps. Celebratory bumps. He blew it up, burning it down. We'll pull up the finishing order here. Bring in Ira Kohlhaas first. What? Why is it showing me? Do not want to see a Demon Slayer ad. No thanks. Okay, so let's bring in Ira Kohlhaas. Fine, Ira. Ira's not in. Hold on. Maybe down here? Yes. There he is. Weird, it won't let me drag him to that room. Hey, Ira, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. I got you.
And so you come home third. Have a pretty good race overall. You did qualify on the pole, so sadly you weren't able to hold that position. But, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like it was kind of a mix of strategies there towards the end.
Yeah, everybody was on different strategy, and I figured that if they were going to push it long, which is usually the cards that I play, I figured that why not try something different and pit short. That way I'd split the last 70 laps or 60 laps, whatever it was, 30 and 30. And I was gaining on them there at the end, just didn't have enough time.
And so how hard was it to pass in these cars? Because I know that they've got and this track runs the low horsepower, high downforce package. So how hard was it to pass, or was it pretty easy?
It depended on the tires, really. If you just came out of the pits 5, 6, 7 laps ago, and somebody'd been out there for 20 laps, it was fairly easy to time your run on when you could get underneath them coming off of 4 or off of 2 or entering the corners and get by them that way.
So did those cautions early on, did that kind of throw a wrench in everybody's plan? Because I know I mean, evidently it did because you're having to change, when you pit. So did that change when you were going to have to pit, or did that just kind of move it back just a little bit?
They happened so early. I think everybody was kind of on the same feel it out, let this kind of ride it out, let this run go, see how the tires go, and a bunch of people started pitting, and I noticed that Brandon and Tom, they were staying out, and I was like, well, if I can leapfrog them by 10 laps or so, maybe we can make a race out of it at the end. But they definitely played the right card.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank my wife, Callie, and my 2 daughters, Claire and Lorena. I got to thank Lolly and Pop. They watch just about every time. Randy and Jennifer Sellers with RJS Automotive. They're pretty much on every single car that I've got. War Paint Wraps, PRN, Muddy Bird Taxidermy, and definitely are thinking about the family of Leroy Lamb Motorsports, legendary car owner here in Western Kentucky and Western Tennessee, and he lost his battle with heart disease this past weekend, so we're thinking about them.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home third tonight, man.
Thank you, sir.
It is. There we go. It's lagging when I put people in there. So we'll bring the second place driver in, Tom Ringer. Yeah, it's letting me move people, but it's like really slow on the moving. It's odd. Hey, Tom, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, so you lose it there just at the end. What happened there towards the end? Because I saw you get in the wall, and did that like kill your steering or something? Because it seemed like the car just didn't handle the same after that.
Yeah, what happened is one of my teammates was talking to me, asking me how much fuel I got, and I reached down to hit the button, and when I did, I didn't pay attention to the corner I was coming off of. And when I hit that wall, the next corner that I turned, I had to really let up to be able to go around the corner. So I knew he was going to catch me, but then I started looking around to see if I can get the second or not, and then I had that wrapped up. So there was no reason to push it any harder, otherwise I was going to hurt myself even worse. Brandon had caught me both times, but this time I saved a little bit of tires in the beginning so that I could keep up with him. And I was watching our lap times, and we were consistently right about the same amount of time. So I had him, but that once I reached down and hit that button, it killed me as soon as I hit that wall.
So was the fuel game there at the end? Was that kind of a game of chicken on when to pit and when not to pit?
Yeah, I went as long as I could. I think I had 0.7 left. And when the race finished, I had 1.6 gallons left. So I had plenty in the tank, but I was also trying to keep Brandon behind me and letting up because he was doing the same thing. When he finished, he had 0.2. I had 1.6. So I was saving a little bit better than he was. I'm not sure how he was playing his there, but I had it wrapped up. It was my fault. I should have never hit that wall.
Yeah, so how did those cautions early on in the race, how did that change, your whole just like strategy there? Because I know that pushed the pit stops back and it kind of made it a game of chicken there with the fuel.
Well, yeah, there was a couple guys that were pitting early. And once I seen the last time that they pitted early, I knew they couldn't make it the rest of the way. So I wasn't too worried about those guys. I figured that me and Brandon had the right strategy going. And I knew that it was going to be close, but I figured we could make it because you could do 57, 58 laps. And the later in the run, the more you're saving. So I knew that once I got to a point, I could just go as far as I can go, and there'd be no problem making it.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Well, I tell you, I'm glad Brandon switched the cars. This is a way better car. It gives way better racing. And of course, Ratfink, we put off a good racing league too. So everybody's having a lot of fun, and we continue with what we're doing. Sky's the limits.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home second tonight, man.
Thanks, Bryce. Hey, I appreciate what you guys do.
It's Tom Ringer, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner and Brandon Massey. Why does it do that? That's odd. Hey, Brandon, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, Bryce?
Man, so you're still there right at the end from Ringer. What was going through your head those last, 15 laps? Because you and Ringer were kind of matching it, and then once he got on the wall, it seemed like you just had the better car overall.
Yeah, I was watching I was watching a relative too, and I knew we were pretty even. Um, that through that second pit stop that I had going up to it, I started clutching the car. I had a kind of a target lap in mind that I wanted to get to, and then when I come off pit road for that final run, I was like, I think I'm going to be about a lap short. So I actually started backing up a little bit, and time went kind of hard there. Got out to about 2.5 seconds, but the run before that, I was able to reel him in, and so being able to reel him in, I was like, well, maybe we got a shot. But then we started matching lap times, and I was like, the only shot I'm going to have here to catch Tom is he's going to have to make a mistake. And then once he got hard into the outside wall there on the exit of 4, I was like, this is my opportunity. And it was kind of like a shark smelling blood in water, and I just tried to put my head down and hit my marks, and so I moved to the top, kind of middle top there, and tried to build some runs, and was ultimately able to get by him. But tell you what, man, all in all, what a hell of a night, man.
So how do those cautions early on mess with your strategy? Because I know that kind of pushed somebody's pit stops a little bit further, and it made them 2 stop it, 3 stop it. Some of them had an extra stop, and some of them just ran it long.
Yeah, so actually it kind of helped me. I kind of stepped on myself a little bit and kind of arc braked it a little bit. I'm sure you probably called me out for that, but yeah, I kind of arc braked it in that wreck, and the drivers that was involved, they just didn't hold the brake, and so I thought I could get through and didn't. I actually had to come down and burn my fast repair real quick, but I didn't take tires. I wasn't too much worried about tires, so I still had enough tires to kind of last me. But I went ahead and took the fuel and refueled up, and it actually helped. So after that, and then going into that next run, I was able to clutch quite a bit and get to about, I think it was like 105, 106, 107 area before I pitted the last time. So it was kind of the target mark after my strategy got flipped. But all in all, man, just what a great night, and I couldn't be happier with the way that things worked out.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting there towards the end, and I really thought that it was going to be just matching times because you were gaining, then you'd kind of just even out there. But how does this set the tone for the rest of the season for you coming home with the win here?
Well, it gives us a little momentum, right? I mean, me and my teammate Ira Kohlhaas, we started off just struggling plumb out of the gate. Been the first time we'd been behind the wheel of race cars in quite some time here on the sim, and so we had a bad run at Daytona. We didn't have a very good run at Atlanta. In fact, I'm pretty certain that everything that could possibly hit me at Atlanta did. And then I didn't get a race last week. I had to fill in for my brother up in the broadcast booth, and so I didn't get a race last week. And I was able to reach out to you tonight because I knew we were getting back in the Gen 6 car, and I really wanted to get behind the wheel. And I got a very special paint scheme on the car, and I'll get into that in a minute. But all in all, man, it gives us some momentum. My teammate able to come out with a 3rd place finish just actually gives us a little bit momentum going into Bristol next week, and then we have an off week, and then to finish out the remainder of the season. So yeah, it gives us a little momentum to what's been a rough start, but all in all, it actually puts a Band-Aid on some of the wounds that we had bleeding out for us.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, man, I want to thank the good Lord above because without him, we couldn't do what we do. I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad. I think you shouted them out during the race tonight. I reached out to them earlier today, and I was like, hey, I kind of need a sponsorship so I can get Bryce up in the booth tonight because I really want to get behind the wheel. And Dad was all over it. And I want to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for your continued support here at the Redline Racing League. And I hope I didn't disappoint to be able to park Dad's paint scheme in Victory Lane. On the side of my car, there's a picture from 2009 when Dad won his first big race in this paint scheme. And so I want to give a shout out to them. I want to give a shout out to my wife. Without her support, I couldn't do what I do. I want to thank her so much for giving me time to come back here and kind of unwind and race cars. Shout out to my kiddos, man, for their support. Shout out to my teammates. Ira, one of the best damn teammates I've ever had. A shout out to Sam Kohlhaas, Ira's brother. Another really good friend, my brother. Cody, John Stapleton, all of our partners here at Redline Racing League. Ink and a Blink. Go to inkandablink.com. We'll get you taken care of for anything you need. War paint wraps. Yeah, and you, man, I appreciate you coming up here and doing this last minute. I thank you so much, Bryce. I really do, man. We call races together on Fridays and Sundays, and to be able to come from the booth and come up here and you get to call this race, and then I get to find victory lane, man. It's something really cool and fun and exciting, and I want to say thank you to you and your network and your fan base for coming in and picking up the broadcast for us tonight, man. And all of our racers we have in Redline, Ratfink Racing League, I got a good relationship with Tom Ringer and Tyler Waltz and that crew over there, and I do their broadcast on Thursday, so I want to thank those guys. And yeah, we're gonna go celebrate, Bryce, and I thank you, man, so much, dude. I really do.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
I appreciate you, Bryce. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Friday.
That was Brandon Massey, the race winner. As you can see the photo there. I tried to get the best photo I could. Camera wasn't really wanting to work with me, but I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. Top three was Massey, Ringer, and Ira Kohlhaas, but I'm going to run and register for Darlington, so I will let you all go.